Hey guys, so we're gonna work on drawing hands today. I know that before we went into learning from home and stay-at-home order, that a lot of you were trying to figure out how to draw hands, and hands were pretty frustrating for you. And the reason why that is because hands make a whole bunch of different shapes and positions, and you can just do a whole bunch of really cool stuff with it. It's the reason why I like drawing hands, because you have so many different possibilities. But at that same token, it does make it frustrating. And even now, as a 38-year-old male, I have to block hands out, or they're going to look awkward and funky. So on the screen, you can see I've kind of lightly sketched out these hands right here, because it took me a little bit to get the right positions. Now these are pretty rough, so don't judge too harshly. What I'm going to do is kind of go with each hand and break it apart for you into different shapes. So the first thing I want to do is start with this one in the middle, and I'll actually kind of lighten up that just so you can see the blue lines I'm going to give you here. But the first part you want to do, so I'm focusing on the middle hand here. So with this hand in the middle, I want to start with that middle part of the hand, and it's kind of this weird rectangular triangle-y square shape. So, and this kind of goes along with the deconstruction lesson from yesterday, I believe, where I'm taking this and I'm deconstructing it for you just so you can see how it works. So that's how that works. Then, once I've got that part, now I got to get the fingers in there. And I'm going to put this in a different color for you guys. The hardest part about this one is knowing how long the fingers are, as well as the direction the fingers are going in. If you just kind of look at your hand, a lot of people think fingers go straight up and down like this, and that's just not how they work. I don't think anyone's hand actually works like that. What you want to do is really look at your hand and find out what it's doing naturally. And most people's hands come to a point and fingers curve like this. So I actually draw almost some lines to indicate the direction of the fingers. And so if you're doing this in pencil, you use this line to kind of figure out, does it look like it's the right length? And this is where you have to do a whole bunch of eyeballing in that. But once I've got that done, then what I can do is I can start drawing some ovals. Now notice what I'm doing is I'm going down all the way here. I'm meeting the blue triangular, rectangular square. I'm just bringing those down, all the way down there, because we'll be connecting it here in just a second. Just like that. And then, once I get that done, I go over to the thumb. And this is another weird thing. So I'm drawing this here, so just kind of in the middle here is where I'll start my line, and I curve it, just like this. That's how I figure out that, and I use it just to get the thumb length pretty correct, and then I draw that oval again. And just kind of going like this. Okay. Now, the next thing that I do, remember, I'm doing this in different colors just so you can see how I break it up. This is not necessarily how you're going to do it. It's just so you see how I kind of break it up to shape it and construct it. So once I get that done, then I kind of figure out how everything's going to connect together. Connect all that. Like that, and I get that. So that's my basic process for that. There are other people have some variances in this, but this is the basic format where you've got this middle part of the hand, and then you've got the fingers and the thumb, and then the arm. Now, if you're doing a full hand with an arm, you know, there's more points to that, but it's for just a basic hand. That is the starting point. Let's get back into this, and I'll let you guys see this here quick. So that's what it looks like right there. And then got the basic hand, and that's after I'm happy with everything, and I'm just going back and forth and shaping it and manipulating it. So, all right. So now, with a closed fist, if you look at your own fist, make a fist and look at it, you can see that these aren't coming, the fingers aren't coming straight down. They're actually coming in like this. They're almost caving in when you make that fist. So I'm going to do the same process. Let's see here. Okay. Same process. I'm drawing that kind of rectangular shape again. Again, these are really rough sketches, just like this here. So you're getting that kind of in there, and it's a little wider because, you know, you're squeezing your hand, and skin is kind of muscles are, you know, coming out a little bit, so it's actually getting a little wider. And then we'll go back to the fingers, and you want to really look at your hand, and you want to see, you know, draw what you see. So I've got, if I'm looking at my hand here, I can see part of the knuckle right here, and it's coming down. Part of the knuckle coming down. Okay. Now what you can do, just like others, you're going to draw those lines. And then you can even do this to indicate where the fingers are bending. I like to get those knuckles in there just kind of figure out, you know, how high up I want the knuckles to be in relation to the palm of the hand here. Okay, and then you're going to keep going. You know, finish those out. And this is where the knuckle is, so I'm going to draw that line, and then I'm going to draw this line, and that line, and there. Okay. And then we've got the thumb, and so you're really looking at your fist. You're trying to figure out when you see your thumb go past this finger right here. So you can draw a line. Just kind of figure out how far you want it out. Just like that. And then you can start to draw the parts of the thumb. And for this, you can grab some green, just kind of figure out how the parts of it. But really, you've kind of constructed it already. So let's go with this one. Now, this one is, I think, probably the trickiest one, because if you're looking at your hand the way it is on the screen, you've got these weird parts where you can see the fingers in the back, and then you've got this part in the front. This can actually be pretty tricky, and what I like to do for this is kind of get a general idea. So I have the palm of my hand, and when I was drawing this, I actually had to do this. This one took me maybe 10 minutes, and that was a lot longer than I wanted it to be. But I'm basically just trying to get a basic idea. And what you can do is you can actually turn your hand around, as awkward as that may be, and just kind of look at what your hand is doing as far as the curves go, and use that as a starting point. Once you kind of got a basic idea, let's see if I can get rid of this here. That's kind of what that'll look like. then I start getting the fingers, and I'm actually going to keep it in blue. So I want to show you guys something. So I've got the thumb here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this. And let's go back to pencil. Let's kind of get this index finger in here. There's a reason why I'm keeping this in the same color, because I want you guys to see something before I go into the bulk of this. Oops. So, if you look at what I've done so far and what you guys can see in the background, you actually see this part of the hand first. And so if I do a hand in this kind of position, I like to get the part of the hand that's closest to my face drawn completely. And then I start working on the other fingers. Now, if I'm looking at my hand like this, obviously I saw my middle finger, it's peeping out a little bit, and then I saw the other two. So, I'm going to draw that here. Then I get the other parts on that. Then I'll go ahead and get the rest of the hand. And so that's basically it. Then you've got some, if you want, you can start getting some shading in there just to indicate like, hey, this is like further back and there's some shadow I gotta work with. So you can always do that part. But this is your basic construction of the hand. And I'll make sure to save this image and get it out to you guys so you can see that. But really try to find some different hand positions and try to use these three models to kind of help you through all that. So hands are tough, and I know a lot of people struggle with it. So don't get frustrated with anything. Even if you have the right tools, it still takes a lot of practice and whatnot. So, but I hope for those of you who struggle with drawing hands, this might give you kind of a really good starting point to maybe fine-tuning how you draw hands. So, anyways, that's all I got for today, and we're getting towards the end of the year, and I know a lot of you guys are, ready to be done and have your summers off. But I do hope that you're still sticking with it and you're getting your work done and all that. So, anyways, thanks, guys.